been studying it. We have been convinced about the benefits of VAR. It will not solve 100% of the issues, but it will be a great help to the referee. And we have to help the referee if we can, whether the referee has committed a mistake, a big mistake, and this can happen because they are human beings. And the only one who doesn't know is the referee. And not because he doesn't want to know, but because we prohibit him or prohibited him to know. Now we allow him to know.
It was at the centre of so many investigations, has been fired today, and the PGMOL have offered a statement, and this is what they say. Following the conclusion of a thorough investigation in conduct, his employment with the PGMOL has been terminated today with immediate effect, with his position deemed untenable. They say continues to be important to us, and we remain committed to his welfare. He has a right to appeal the decision to terminate his employment. You may remember, of course, he was suspended with immediate effect by the PGMOL.
VAR, so yeah, cue the chaos, really. For some really notable decisions and non-decisions, really. I mean, we heard the likes of Wayne Rooney saying one of the decisions there was the worst that he'd ever seen. Where do you stand on this? Because, look, I think people are very divided, you know, on their opinion of VAR as a whole.
And it's just so ironic that about having VAR in the game, and the reason we have it in the game is because it helps the referees get to the correct decision, whether they've given a correct decision or an incorrect decision. It helps them for the game to be played in the right manner. But you look at the handball that should have been a penalty, and I can't understand how they can get it so wrong. Because if you watched it closely, the referee looks over at the linesman who's on that side and says something into his microphone and must have said to him, was it inside or out the box?
The fallout from the latest officiating controversy in the Premier League has reignited fierce debate about the reliability of video review after a referee reportedly issued an apology following a missed penalty call in Arsenal's clash with Wolverhampton Wanderers. What should have been a routine intervention became yet another flashpoint in a season already littered with officiating disputes, and the decision by FIFA to suspend the officials involved has only amplified the noise. For many supporters, especially those of Arsenal, the incident felt less like human error and more like a systemic failure that continues to undermine trust in the very technology designed to eliminate clear mistakes. The moment itself was painfully straightforward. During a tense passage of play against Wolverhampton Wanderers, an apparent foul inside the box went unpunished despite multiple replays suggesting significant contact. Players surrounded the referee, the bench erupted, and viewers at home waited for what has become the ritual pause while the video assistant referee reviewed the footage. Instead of the expected intervention, play continued, leaving Arsenal players visibly stunned and their manager furious on the touchline. Within minutes, social media was flooded with slowed clips, freeze frames, and the now familiar chorus. How was that not given? What makes this episode particularly damaging is the reported acknowledgement afterward. When officials admit privately, or publicly, that a mistake occurred, it validates the frustration supporters feel in real time. Football has always lived with refereeing errors. They were once accepted as part of the sport's imperfect drama. But the introduction of VAR fundamentally changed that social contract. Fans were told that clear and obvious errors would be corrected. Each high-profile failure therefore feels less like misfortune and more like a broken promise. Transparency remains limited, with supporters rarely hearing the full audio between the on-field referee and the VAR booth in real time. Without that clarity, speculation fills the vacuum and trust erodes further. From a competitive standpoint, the stakes are enormous. Dropped points in the Premier League title race or in the battle for European places can shape an entire season. Arsenal, in particular, have been involved in multiple contentious decisions over the past few campaigns, which is why this latest incident struck such a nerve among their fan base. Whether or not there is any statistical bias is almost beside the point. Perception often becomes reality in football discourse, and the perception right now is deeply unhealthy for the league's image. Suspending officials may offer short-term accountability, but it does little to address the structural concerns. Critics argue that the VAR protocol itself needs refinement, clearer thresholds for intervention, faster review times, and, perhaps most importantly, greater communication with fans inside the stadium. Rugby and American football have shown that audiences are far more forgiving when they understand the reasoning behind decisions. Football, by contrast, still feels secretive at the exact moment transparency would help most. There is also the human element to consider. Referees operate under extraordinary pressure, and VAR officials must make split-second judgments while parsing multiple camera angles. Mistakes will never disappear entirely. The real question is whether the current framework minimizes them effectively. Incidents like the Arsenal-Wolves controversy suggest the answer is still no, at least not consistently enough to satisfy stakeholders. For the Premier League, the path forward is clear but not simple. Improve communication, standardize decision-making thresholds, and restore confidence that technology is serving the game rather than complicating it.